of course, Zimmerman is acquitted here in the case of him shooting Trayvon Martin. And of course, a lot of people are upset about that. And a lot of people are looking for justice. And, you know, we've been asking the question, hey, why aren't there any gun rights groups, NRA or otherwise, who are stepping up and saying, well, if only Trayvon Martin had been armed, all of this could have been avoided, right? That's what they say in almost every instance, but not in this one. That's weird. But look, don't worry, the Buckeye Firearms Foundation is stepping up. They say, quote, gun owners must stand together and refuse to allow an injustice like this to go unanswered. But of course, the injustice is not Trayvon's injustice. It's the injustice that Zimmerman has to bear. For what? Oh, the federal government is now considering a case against Zimmerman, so they didn't allow him to take his gun back, his Kel-Tec PF-9 9mm pistol. So it turns out the injustice is not that Trayvon got killed that night, and not if you're a firearm owner and advocate that Trayvon wasn't armed that night so he could protect himself. It's that Zimmerman can't get back the gun that he used to kill Trayvon immediately. In fact, they're calling this the Zimmerman Second Amendment Fund. And they're not raising money for Trayvon's family. The people who did that collected a decent amount of money, but not that much. Zimmerman's Legal Defense Fund already raised a tremendous amount of money. This new fund is to buy Zimmerman a new gun. By the way, it's not like he's not going to get his gun back eventually. He will, right? But they say, well, they're very concerned about Zimmerman's safety right now. It's not just a matter of principle. They're worried about his safety. And then they go on to say, if we choose to sit idly by while the full force and weight of the federal government descends upon a free man, it will embolden others to take liberties with our rights. Now, the fact that Zimmerman had a gun emboldened him to go and pursue Trayvon Martin that night. A fight ensued, and no one, Martin's advocates, Zimmerman's advocates, knows who started the fight, how the fight unfolded, right? Because there's only two witnesses. One of them has huge self-interest in saying the other guy started it, and the other one is dead, right? But here they're saying it was not that Zimmerman was emboldened because he had a gun. It's that others will be emboldened if Zimmerman doesn't have a gun. But you know what? The great irony of the Zimmerman case is that they're slightly right about that. Because remember, the lesson learned from the Zimmerman case is, if you don't have a gun, you don't have any rights. Somebody with a gun can come up to you, can pick a fight, can pursue you, and if you ever fight back, they can shoot you dead. So gun owners have special rights. And by the way, if you're a gun owner, you can stand your ground. If you're not a gun owner, if you're like Trayvon, apparently you weren't allowed to stand your ground. Apparently you had to run away. But if you didn't run away and plead with him or beg with him or kiss his feet, he had the right to kill you. So now if they're worried, oh my God, what if the shoe's on the other foot? Can you imagine if Zimmerman isn't armed and he can't just execute anyone he gets into a conflict with? Oof. Well, we don't want to embolden people to take away people's rights. So yes, they have started this fund. And unfortunately, I'm sure it will raise plenty of money, and they'll get Zimmerman whatever kind of armory that he feels he needs to protect his incredibly soft, weak ass. Now, I'm not saying that. That was the defense's case. Remember, they put on his MMA trainer to say this is the weakest, softest, biggest wimp I have ever trained in my entire life. So I'm sure without his gun, he feels incredibly naked and thinks, well, how could I possibly defend myself if I'm not heavily armed? Jayar, you got a good idea on what to, are you thinking of starting one of these funds as well? You were running that by me earlier in the day. I kind of like that idea.
I'm going to collect $10,000 to $20,000 to buy as many guns as possible. Give them to 14 to 18-year-old black kids. So when they're walking around, they can defend themselves. Oh, he's creating a race army!
Yo, God, that's such a good point. Think about that, everybody. Okay, these guys are collecting money for a guy to get a weapon for a guy who already shot and killed a 17-year-old. Now, again, think about role reversal for a second. Let's say a 30-some-odd-year-old black man had shot a 17-year-old white kid and had gotten away with it. And then there were black groups who were like the new Black Panther Party, who were raising money to get that black guy more weapons. Come on! Come on! You're telling me that the whole country would be like, oh yeah, and Fox News and stuff would be like, Second Amendment rights, get that African-American gentleman another gun immediately. You don't believe that. There's not a single person who believes that. I don't care if you're the most right-wing guy in the whole planet, you don't believe that.